Hello guys, it's me Zane, and I thought let's have some fun, why not? I made a video about some orchids which were in spike, and I asked you to leave a comment down in my know-it-all section, so you have to tell the order which in they will bloom according to your thinking. And this time I'm gonna do the same. I have some orchids here which are in spike or in bud, and I'm gonna film them. It's gonna be super fun. So if you want more fun in your life, subscribe to this channel, also hit on the bell button so you'll get notifications, and follow me on Instagram, and let's see who is in bud today. Ba-da-ba-ba, baby, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay guys, so I have here not all the orchids which are in spike in my collection, because that would be a longer video and I don't want to talk about that much and stuff like that, you know. I just want to make a fun video. If I'm gonna have blooming stuff, I'm gonna show you anyways. So for the fun part, I collected those orchids which I thought gonna be fitting into this video, so I have here a wider variety of things here. Also, to make this video a little bit harder, I didn't wait until the buds appear, so I have spikes, some buds there as well and stuff, so you might have a harder time guessing who's gonna be the first or the last or whatever. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, here are the official rules of this game, officially made by me. I'm gonna show you some orchids here, and all of them will have spikes. They will bloom in the near future, and your thing after watching this video and after you saw all the orchids which are here, your thing is going to be to leave a comment down in my know-it-all section, and you will have to make an order, a list that who will bloom the first, the second, and so on and so on, and for the last. I will have here 5 orchids, so you have to leave a comment with 5 numbers, and for each number you will write an orchid there that is gonna bloom for the first, the second, and so on. So the rules are pretty easy in my mind. If they are not easy in your mind, well, blame it on my poor English knowledge, language knowledge, whatever. I'm not gonna blow up here. Let's bring in the first. Wow, okay. Okay, the first contestant, is that a word in English? I'm not even sure, but I think I already heard it somewhere, I don't know. So the first contestant, the first orchid, is my Oncidium Pupukea Sunset, which bloomed already last year. But this time, just look at that. This was the bulb from the previous year. This is this bulb from this year. My memory card is running empty, so that's not good. Problem solved. This is the bulb from this year is bigger, and at first I thought, oh, well, it's not gonna bloom. When this bulb from this year reached the size of the previous bulb, I was like, it's matured, and I don't see a spike. What have I done wrong here? Please help me. And then the pseudobulb started to grow more, and then a spike appeared, and I was like, oh hooray, my world is saved. And I was happy that I'm gonna get a spike again and stuff. It was nothing out of the ordinary or whatever, but then as the spike started to grow more and more, it's right now the spike is thick AF. Look at the base of this spike, and look at at any part basically of this spike. This spike is thick AF. At this top part of the spike I can see already more sheets which are like more compact, so that means that the buds are already going to start somewhere here. So this spike is going to be big. I think it's gonna be like majestic, but I'm sure I'm gonna have quite a few branches because this spike is thick. I think that's enough of this next one. It's a complicated case because it's 2 orchids, but we're gonna take these 2 orchids as one because these are 2 of my Tolumnias, and I just made a Tolumnia update on my channel. If you wanna watch it, click on the info card in the corner. But since I ordered these Tolumnias together and they came into my collection at the same time, I repotted them at the same time, and I basically provided the identical care for them. They received the same amount of water, sunshine, whatever's. After they matured, they started to mature this new growth, they decided to grow and throw up some new spikes at the exact same time. At this moment, I'm pretty sure that these spikes are going to bloom at the same time, so I'm gonna treat them as one and you have to treat them as one. I think most probably these orchids will bloom at the same time, so just treat them like they are the same. Treat them that they are one. Both of these Tolumnia start to grow the spikes, and which spike is more visible? I think this one is too bushy, so I'm gonna show you the spike on this one. Okay, so my clues with this Tolumnia here for you to guess the blooming order is that I've never had... Okay, I've had Tolumnia bloom, but it was a huge guy and it was not a regular Tolumnia, but this is a regular tiny miniature Tolumnia. And as I've seen on the internet, all the pictures, all these regular miniature Tolumnias will have spikes which are just so long that it's ridiculous, and on the so long spike there are the blooms. I'm gonna show you these spikes, and I think they still have quite time to develop. I'm gonna show that anyways. And that tiny thing there, well, that is the spike. So in my opinion, this orchid still has a way to go, so I think this, well, definitely not going to be the first, but maybe I'm just completely wrong, and the Tolumnias, since they are so fast growing and so fast maturing from seedling, maybe they create the spikes super fast and they're gonna be like the first or whatever. But maybe they are not like lazy bitches and they throw up spikes and they are blooming in like 1 week or whatever. Okay, that would be ridiculous, but still, you get the idea. Oh, these such babies! I actually love them, and I'm so proud that I finally can rebloom a Tolumnia. I cannot wait for these flower spikes, they're gonna be amazing. I've never seen a Tolumnia like this miniature Tolumnia in bloom. I've had a huge one, but it died because of Fusarium or whatever. I think it was Fusarium. I'm really curious how this is gonna look like. Honestly, these spikes are so thin, so tiny, and they look so fragile that I'm afraid of even looking at them. I cannot imagine that these spikes won't break if I look at them. I'm trying not to do that. The next contestant, the next orchid here is a monopodial, my fabulous, amazing, gorgeous leaved Phalaenopsis schilleriana. I was crossing my fingers like the whole year that this Phalaenopsis schilleriana will bloom for me in the autumn or in the winter time again. I wasn't sure about that because, you know, it grow this leaf which is skinnier than the previous leaves. It's long, yes, that's good, but I was questioning my life pretty much until this point. And when I saw the spike, I was like, oh my god, my life is saved. I'm a professional orchid grower now, like I know everything. Bitch. Oh. What is this noise? Is something happening? I hope it's not ghosts. I might say I'm losing the natural sunlight here, so I hope this video won't be like ruined. I really want to buy a new camera here. So the spike is already this long. I think last year the spike was not so long. This time the spike will be a little bit longer with a little bit more flowers. Last year it was a recovery spike. I would say this year still it's a little bit stressy situation. Well, you can see the stress signs on this leaf or whatever, but still it managed to grow a spike, so I'm really happy for that. You can see that there are like no visible blooms, but soon there will be some, at least I think. I'm trying to keep it on a little bit on the cooler side of things because, as I remember, the Phalaenopsis schilleriana can create blooms or buds more readily, more blooms, more buds, if it's kept cold while it's creating a spike. Like, it's not like super cold or anything, but a little bit, tiny bit cooler than these regular warmer temperatures that some other orchids, some other Phalaenopsis, like a lot of them actually, need when they are creating a spike. Next one. The next one is this thick boy. This is my Dendrobium Phalaenopsis no ID hybrid. I bought it like last year or whatever because I was in a garden center, I was looking at it and it had thick pseudobulbs as like for real. I bought this plant for the pseudobulbs because they were thick. You know, this is an orchid collector's mind. This plant is still recovering. As you can see, this is the growth from the previous year, and this is this year's growth. It's a little bit skinnier, it's a little bit smaller, but still it managed to pull off with some spikes. So the main spike is, as you can see, this one, and if you look at this ending part, you can already see those nodes which will have the flowers there. Yeah, I can already see there a bud, so we have already visible buds here on this spike. We're gonna determine the blooming order based on the first bloom's opening, and because this is a Dendrobium phalaenopsis, and Dendrobium phalaenopsis are known for creating spikes, more spikes from one cane and also spikes on other canes from the older canes on the same plant. This plant is creating this other spike in this leaf joint, and also from this top part there is another thing growing there. I can safely say that I've seen a knobbin which is supposed to be a spike plumping up on this older big cane, and also this bare cane here. As you can see, here is that knobbin. So if everything which start to plump up will create a spike, will turn into a beautiful spike, I will have 5 spikes on this plant, and if I will have 5 spikes on this plant, I will be like dying from happiness basically. So that's why I said I will count the first bud which is opening. If I would wait for the full bloom or whatever, I will have to wait quite a few times, because there are some nubbins which are just starting to grow, and that would be just stupid. And maybe the first flowers will be already fading when these still tiny spikes will open up. The root system is pretty much non-existent. I don't know where the roots are. Maybe all the roots are inside the medium, because I see like a ridiculously big amount of roots growing into the medium, but maybe they just stopped for a reason. I'm not sure about that. Still, we have a fabulous spikes, there are some buds appearing on it, so yeah. And here comes the last plant. And if you're familiar with my collection, you might say that I didn't have this plant. So this is a Untitled Chapter jumbo green gold something, I think that's the full name. Untitled Chapter jumbo green gold AMAOS. It is a clone or a division of an awarded plant. I did not have this in my collection because this is a recent acquisition, because I just bought it at an orchid show, but I didn't want to make a whole video because I just bought 2 plants, and maybe I'm gonna have some more plants for my birthday, so maybe I'm gonna include all of these in a bigger haul video, so that's gonna be more exciting, you know. So yeah, this is a new plant, Untitled Chapter basically, and I bought it in spike because there were all the other ones which weren't in spike. Well, this one had a spike, so I had to get this one, and this was pretty big also. So it's losing already the leaves and it's going into the dormancy, but we have this huge spike here. So this is the first orchid which has proper big spikes, not spikes, proper big buds on the spike. So maybe you will say that, oh, this Oncidium is going to be the first one for you to flower, but here's the fact. This guy has huge ass blooms. I'm not even kidding. I've seen this one in bloom there, and these blooms were like my face, very big and very beautiful. So unlike my face, these flowers were really gorgeous, they were amazing, the color was amazing, and they were just huge, and I loved that. So I just had to get it, you know. So on this spike I have these 3 buds, and they are already quite big, as you can see, but still there might be quite a long time until these buds will bloom, since this flower, this orchid, has amazingly huge flowers. So if you count that my Tolumnias have tiny little spikes, but they have tiny little blooms, and then here's this one with these buds, and they still have to grow to a pretty large size to open up, maybe you can say that, oh, maybe this is going to be between the last ones to actually open up. So I'm just trying to confuse you here with these facts that I'm telling you. I feel allergy on my throat. Oh my god, am I allergic to orchids? Am I allergic to orchids? Or there is something which I might be allergic to? Oh, don't ruin the spike, Zane, that would be just so bad, so nasty and so rude. These are the orchids which are in... no. These are some of my orchids which are in spike right now. So your job here is to write a comment down in my know-it-all section with a blooming order that you think these orchids gonna open up. So I'm really curious how this whole, well, let's say competition will turn out. Now I have a question. Should I make a birthday haul with orchids? Because I quite want to, because you know, I want to have some more variety in my orchids, but I don't want more orchids, so maybe I will buy some orchids. Maybe I will buy some orchids and then I just, because you know what, I'm just, you know what, I found one of my top orchids from my wish list and it's just super pricey, and I've never ever in my life paid that much for an orchid. But I really want to have it because it's really beautiful. That's my thinking. Also, since it's my birthday, maybe all the family members who want to buy me something, they will be like, let me help out with that order, because they just don't know what to gift me. So maybe that's gonna happen. But then again, I don't want to have so many orchids, because what if something happens? What if I have to move or whatever? What if I will move to a place which has one tiny window, which is not the best? I don't know. Right now in my life, I'm like, I want to have some more plans, but I want to remain free, so I can travel and, you know, and go and stuff and explore my life. Well, sometimes I feel like my orchids are just really tying me here, but I don't want to be tied, I want to be free. I want to be free. But still, that doesn't mean that I won't continue with my orchids, that's just stupid. Maybe I will just sell the half of my collection, which are those basic bitches like phalaenopsis. No, I want to have quite a few phalaenopsis orchids, like 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, but some duplicates and some shit, maybe I can say. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. So yeah, this is my video for today, and I think it's gonna be exciting when these gonna bloom. Let me know, should I do a birthday haul? Should I buy that really expensive orchid which I don't want to buy because I want to save up money for other shit, but I still really want that orchid because it's my wish list orchid and it's so beautiful and it's so extra. I mean, it's really extra and you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm not gonna tell you what is that orchid because I don't want to ruin the surprise. Maybe I will buy it, maybe not, maybe that's just a bad idea, I don't know. Also, I'm not even sure why whatever, this is my video for today and I hope you liked it. Maybe it was a little bit crazy, maybe it was something like rumbling around in Zane's mind, but whatever, this is my therapy session with you. So this was today's therapy session with Zane's mind. I'm so psychology. Subscribe to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to my other channel as well, which I really want to upload videos to regularly, and I'm clearly failing at it. Don't forget to click on the bell button. Also, don't forget to visit my Instagram, and see you next time. Bye guys. I'm so excited about these spikes, oh my god.